Hey everybody, what's up? This is Reese from CeeManga and welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 745, Birdcage. And oh my god, Don Flamingo is just tearing shit up in this chapter. I thought it was just a brilliant chapter this week, you know. It was a true return to form for One Piece. I did actually think it was kind of a bitch move on Robin's part. She obviously knew that Sabo was alive all this time and, you know, knew the relationship between him and Luffy, and she didn't say a damn thing to him. Um, I do kind of understand where she might be coming from, though. It could have been a thing of like, you know, Sabo told her not to say anything, or, you know, she thought telling him would just like throw Luffy off his game, something like that. But anyway, enough of the trivial bits. All that matters is, yes, Don Flamingo is fine, and oh my god, he is freaking amazing this chapter. But I actually have to do admit, what he did confuse me a little. You know, like how he actually came back. Um, I was thinking like it could only be two things that could have happened. The first is he regrew his body from his head, kind of like Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. But you know, it's kind of like a thing of as long as his head is fine, he can regenerate. But the more likely one is that the body that was there the whole time was actually just a puppet, and he was controlling him from afar. So yeah, all this time they've been dealing with a puppet version of Don Flamingo while he hides in the shadows, controlling it. You know, just in case anything bad happens. So yeah, it definitely does kind of seem more like the latter, considering how, like, you know, the puppet was decapitated, and yeah, he kind of like came back straight after that. But yeah, second he came back, obviously everything just started going to shit. You know, I actually did kind of love it when it was the whole thing of like, oh yeah, look out, it's like that's not how you decapitate someone. When he was saying it to Kuros, it's like this is how you decapitate someone. I swear, if Luffy wasn't there, Kuros, he was dead. I mean, come on, he actually did kind of stand there and accept it, but you know, it's kind of like, yeah, he just knew he was gonna die. If Luffy didn't knock him down, he would have been finished. So it's like, yeah, Kuros, you may have won like, you know, 3,000 battles or some stupid shit like that in the Colosseum, but this is real battles. These are what like real villains are like. But yeah, Luffy, man, he got his ass kind of kicked a little. You know, it doesn't kind of mean that Mingo overpowered him exactly. It was more a thing like Luffy was obviously taken by surprise. You know, considering he got completely double teamed, he wasn't actually expecting the friggin' puppet one to be there as well. Or actually, wait, no, he attacked the puppet one. He wasn't expecting Mingo to be behind him. But either way, man, he just got some friggin' armament punch to the face. It was kind of nasty. I swear, though, if Pika didn't like throw them all out the castle, I actually do think that the fight would have been a hell of a lot more even. I mean, it's kind of like a habit of every fight that Luffy has. It's kind of like he goes up against the strongest enemy. He kind of gets beaten at first because obviously he doesn't know what to expect. But then he kind of like comes back once knowing the kind of extent to their powers, and then just kicks their ass. It's like it happened with freaking Crocodile. Well, it happened twice with Crocodile. It happened with NL. It happened with freaking what's the guy's name? Rob Lucci. That was the worst one. You know, he got his ass handed to him a bit, and then he came back. It's like, oh, cool. This is what I'm gonna do now. And then they fought to like pretty much almost a draw. You know, Luffy barely came through with that one. But yeah, anyway, on to the actual birdcage of this chapter, you know, and that is one friggin' badass attack. I did actually think it was going to be kind of a thing of obviously it's going to trap everyone inside, but I didn't exactly know the range of it, you know? Because I think in the last one I was saying, oh yeah, it's probably going to trap everyone there inside the castle, and it's going to just like, you know, have free reign over the area, which is pretty true exactly what happened. It's that the area was just a much, much bigger one that he had. So yeah, he obviously, you know, took over, well, the entire country essentially. He took over like, you know, the entire city essentially. You know, he's got everyone there like being controlled with puppetry, indiscriminate killing of everyone. It don't matter. It's like, well, you know what the plan is, therefore you have to die. You know, you've had out too much information. But hell, one thing that I do wonder about the birdcage is how thick are the wires that he's using for it. Only because, you know, the guy who almost got sliced in two by running into it. It's like, was it a thing of he was running so fast he didn't see it, or is it that they're so thin that his friends only saw it just thanks to a glimmer of light, just like there's something there? You know, what's going on with them? Is it kind of like it's only drawn that thick so we can see them, or is it actually like proper the really really thin wires, you know, so no one actually can really see them, so you're going to see other people like running through them and stuff? That's just one thing I kind of do wonder about, but it's nothing really kind of like too big. Either way, that attack is friggin' awesome. But hell, I was kind of wondering, like, the whole, you know, throughout this whole thing, what reason is there for Luffy to fight Don Flamingo? I know you guys are probably going to be like, oh, it's because he has to do this for law, you know, so Smile Factory's got to take that out. But when you think back to all the other arcs, Luffy did take out that person because, you know, there was something there, you know. Like obviously when he fought Crocodile, it was because obviously Vivi is his friend. When he fought Rob Lucci, because Robin is his friend, you know. There's something like inherently happening to his inner circle which forces him to do this, or there's someone who's made a connection with that he's going along to do this kind of thing, you know. Like when he became friends with Princess Shirahoshi, and obviously she was being attacked, so it's like, cool, I'm gonna protect you now, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, but hell, I guess now the whole reason that he has to fight everything is just the fact, you know, well, we're trapped here, we need to get out. I know you could kind of say he had that kind of connection with Rebecca, but she's at the Colosseum, you know, the Colosseum, and he just kind of left her there to carry on with what he's doing. So he kind of like fully finished the extent of helping her, kind of thing. So and then he went off to do his own thing. But hell, either way, it doesn't even matter. All I know is the upcoming battles is gonna be really fun. You know, it's kind of like Hunger Games, eat your heart out. You know, kill or be killed, kind of thing. It's like I'm kind of wondering now how Luffy and the gang are actually gonna deal with not only Mingo but the Marines. They're gonna be after him, and then you've got just the citizens of Dressrosa in general. They're gonna be like hunting for him to try to take him out so they can actually get out. So yeah, gonna be very very interesting. And this chapter, like I said, friggin' awesome, true return to form. I'm actually looking forward to the next one now. Like I'm really pumped up for the next one. I really want to see what's gonna happen. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up this chapter from me, guys. You heard everything I think, but what did you guys think? You can let me know with your comments below. As usual, if you enjoyed the chapter, give it a little thumbs up, helps out a lot, and don't forget to check out the other stuff we do on the channel. So I'll see you next time.